Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today to talk about Dark Dimension 8 coming up next week. But more importantly, I want to talk to you guys about my preparation and some key advices that we can give right now, especially since we're planning in advance for this. So first and foremost, what you're looking on screen here is the official Dark Dimension 8 planner. This is on MarvelStrikeForce.com. If you log in and then select your profile, you'll see after roster that these are the options that you can select, and Dark Dimension Planner is one of the top options. Now, I can't stress this enough, guys. This is such an important resource to utilize because it gives you an overview of all the characters that you're bringing in, how far away you are from bringing them to gear tier 19, in this case requiring the Crimson Gear materials, and more importantly, the true bottleneck of Dark Dimension 8, which is the ISO-8 purple, and equipping those crystals and ions to upgrade them respectively for the required sections. I only need to bring this up because I think this is going to be one of the few Dark Dimensions that many folks, including myself being free to play, will be able to start from the get-go. This has never happened before in all the Dark Dimension history. Usually, I think even for Dark Dimension 6, it took me about 3 to 4 months of getting resources and levels and gold just to bring them up. Even with Dark Dimension 7, it took me about 2 to 3 months to get started on my first 5-piece team. So this is going to be the first time. It's unprecedented that we're going to see a huge influx of players getting access and starting this right from the get-go. And there's a lot of events and milestones tied back to this for the next month until basically the start of October. Now, that's why it's really, really important to use this planner, guys, because I've populated my characters. I'm going to show you all of them, but more importantly, I want to talk to you about the bottleneck. So you can see non-legendary city hero characters. I'm planning to bring in a mixture here of Spire Society, Robbie, and Big Time. Reason being is because I already brought these characters up into Dark Dimension 7. I don't want to invest in other characters. I think they're going to get the job done. Also, I want to point out there's a nice little mixture here of traits, as well as the different origin that we see, right? And, for example, we have a controller, we have support, blaster, and as well as protector. You want to be mindful of that because that's going to be balancing all the different crystals that you have to utilize and bring these characters up. And again, Crimson Gear is not required, but it's recommended. So there are some sections here, as you can see, that do need a bit of work, like my non-legendary city villain characters. Obviously, a couple of them actually need to be brought up to gear tier 19. We see the same thing happening with my non-legendary global here, which is a mixture of the extreme with Black Knight and as well as Hank Pym. My non-legendary global villains is ready because many of these characters have been brought up already. They're either in the meta or have already planned to bring them into the current Dark Dimension 7. And then lastly, we do have Cosmic or Legendary as well. Now, I want to point your guys' attention here to the total materials required because this is probably the most important summary right here. Regardless of which dynamic and teams and origins you want to put in, this is really important because this tells you how far away you are from essentially maximizing the potential efficiency that you can use and to progress through Dark Dimension 8, right? This tells you how many resources you need to make sure that all your characters are maximized. More importantly, too, the purple ISO that we have located, and you can see I'm not that far away here. The crystals, not too bad, right? At the end of the day, I think the big one is brawlers, obviously. There's a bit of some congestion there, but otherwise, I mean, across all the traits, I'm almost ready to go in terms of ISO-8 crystal. That means the true bottleneck isn't actually the crystals, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be the ions. Remember, you need a total of 9 million ions to bring all 25 characters all the way to the level 3 ISO-8 for purple. So make sure you guys go in game. Check your balance right now because I'm pretty sure that if you're like myself and you've been engaged in the past leaderboard events, you probably won't have enough ions. I think currently I'm sitting at 2 or 3 million. That's going to get me a third through Dark Dimension 8. That's a true bottleneck. Now, why am I bringing this up? What can we do about it? How can we get more? Well, there's events, there's activities, and more things coming up. I'm sure that's going to give us more opportunities for ions. Hence the Day in Mind video that I made earlier this week on the start of next week, right? The next one's called The Fall of Mutants. This is going to be Sentinel's free-to-play event, but more importantly, there's actually resources here that we're going to also be needing for Dark Dimension 8. You can see gain progress in this event by collecting Sentinel scraps from ISO-8 campaign notes. So in case you guys haven't already, I've already started hoarding ISO-8 because that's going to be a difference maker here. It's not a leaderboard, but as much rewards as we can get is going to make Dark Dimension 8 entry even easier and obviously have that progression continue on with the efficiencies that you're doing day in, day out. Now, you'll also see here that there's going to be earn incredible rewards, including Sentinel Shards, which we've already covered, being the free-to-play event, Crimson Gear, T3 Level 1 Ions, as well as radioactive treats and diamond orbs. Regardless of the diamond orbs, I want to point your guys' attention here to the T3 level 1 ions and radioactive treats. both those are going to be very, very important for you to maximize on, because not only is that going to allow you to be able to upgrade your characters to level 3, but as well, radioactive treats can directly purchase the ions now. So we know that the store is still going to be here for another couple weeks, and we know that this event is coming up next week for more radioactive treats. This is a perfect time to take advantage. So highly, highly recommend this, guys. I know it seems daunting at first right now, but trust me, you will get enough crystals. The true importance here is understanding how much of a shortfall you'll be with ions, because I think that's what a lot of folks are missing. We're all so focused on farming these different crystals and making sure that we can upgrade characters. Well, guess what? You're not going to be able to upgrade these characters if you don't have the said specific ions. And like I said, I'm only sitting close to 3 million, 2.5, 3 million right now. I need another 6 million to get the whole job done. So I'll be able to start Dark Dimension 8. I definitely won't be close to finishing it within a month, unless they decide to generously give out 5-6 million plus in the next span of a month, which is highly, highly unlikely. But yeah, there you guys have it. Like I said, this is just a tentative snapshot of what to expect from my roster here, but so far it's my game plan of what to expect. I definitely plan on making some content with the start of Dark Dimension 8 here with the city hero section. We'll see how the city villains do right now, because there's quite a bit of investment that needs to be had. And like I said, I'd rather focus on resources into Dark Dimension 7 right now, because unlocking Mephisto is going to be very important, especially since they confirmed in the blog post as well, Skrull and Mephisto are very, very important to be utilized for the final section here of Dark Dimension 8. That's it in the meantime, guys. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you're able to use this planner as well. Let me know what your game plan is and what you're planning. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.